All right, today we are fixing the seat of my bike. So if you can take a look at it, I'll give you a close-up. It's all, old, and it's been here since like 2002. So it's just taken away a lot from the look of the bike. So when you look at the bike, there's no way you can ignore the fact that the seat has tape on it. It has a lot of rips in it. So anyway, I talked to you about a couple weeks ago about how important to me is that you feel comfortable and with every of your contact points in your bike, and that means the handles or the grips, and then the seat, and also the pegs. So today we're just gonna be talking about this. So you can go to eBay and buy a new seat. It's just gonna be expensive because it's pretty long, so you can do it yourself and actually save a lot of money. You can also buy some covers, but some of the covers that are out there today, a lot of them are awesome. I love these Louis Moto covers they sell. They're amazing. But at this point, I did not pay a lot of money for this bike, so I don't want to go overboard. And this is something that you can do yourself. So I went ahead and bought some vinyl. I bought some marine grade vinyl, which is black, so it should be pretty similar to the material that I have here. I've done this in the past. I ended up buying 2 yards for 19 bucks. I went to some places such as Amazon and some other areas, and it was actually a little bit more expensive, and this one was locally sourced. So I'm like, all right, cool, that's awesome. So ended up buying this, and what we're just gonna be doing is just taking the seat, removing the cover, putting this one, and I'm looking forward to see the new change. So let's just get to it. This is everything you need to do in order just to replace your seat. Check it out, it's easy. All right, it might be a little bit more work than that, so we'll work on it right now. All right, so the first thing you want to do is just on a flat surface, just start prying out all the staples. So there's like 72,000 of them, so just be careful and cover your eyes. Make sure that you are they're not going to be flying, hitting you in your eyes, and then just remove them all, and be careful with your hands. With the staples removed, now I can just go ahead and separate the cover from the seat. All right, so not all the staples came out on the first time. So now, and some of them actually broke in the process. So I'm removing them all and removing the pieces that remain on the plastic bottom of the seat. The idea is just that this is gonna be avoiding in the future having issues when I'm stapling new ones, when I'm stapling the new cover. And also you don't want this sticking out because it's probably gonna be starting to rip the new seat. The bottom of the seat is a place that you don't normally clean, so I'm just gonna clean it up to start with a clean surface. There is also staples that did not come out from the cover, so I'm just going ahead and cleaning that up before I can use this as a template. All right, so at this point I'm just laying down the vinyl on the bottom. I'm using the old seat as a template, and I'm just gonna start marking up. You'll see that I'm actually drawing the outline of the cover, but I'm also gonna be cutting extra just so I have some additional material in case I make any mistakes. All right, so at this point I'm just gonna go ahead and clean the surface before I start working, because there's a lot of dirt that came out of that seat. All right, so with the vinyl in place, I'm not gonna start positioning the seat on top of the template. So I'm not gonna lie, this is tricky. This is the area where you need to determine what is the first point where you're gonna be putting your first staple, and that is gonna determine how things are gonna go. So sometimes you have to go back and forth and maybe remove staples so you can start pulling from different angles or different areas. So you know what? Don't worry about it, just try it and make sure that you're still flexible, and be patient, because chances are you might need to remove some of the staples as you continue to make progress and realize whether or not they were in the correct place. Then I'm also using some heat gun, just so I can give a little bit of a make the material a little bit softer, and I can start applying heat that will help me for the vinyl actually take some of the shape of the current foam. So I decided that I was pretty happy with the fitment on the back side of the seat. So not gonna lie, this is also tricky because you want to make those bends on the inside in a way where it doesn't form any creases on the outside. So sometimes you have to kind of like make a couple cuts so you can pull in different directions to get that without any creases. You can see here that the actual, seat is taking shape. There's still, a couple wrinkles. Don't worry about it. I mean, as you continue pushing forward, you'll be able to continue to pull from different angles, and all those creases are gonna go away. Okay, so here I am, just using a little bit of adhesive at the front. This is a very intricate area, and I wanted to, keep the vinyl in place, and then whatever was in excess, I will cut it or start actually working through it with my stapling machine and making sure that I was, pulling, and then just, adding more staples to make sure that it was, pretty tight. Okay, so this is the first time I'm able to put it on the bike. There's still a couple of wrinkles. I'm working on them, but it actually looks pretty decent. All right, so I think it's pretty fair and easy to agree that this is quite an improvement from what we started. So, yep, at this point, I'm just gonna be styling the seat back. So it's looking good. Oh, I forgot to clamp it in here. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty awesome. I mean, in my opinion, it looks pretty good. There's a couple things that I wanted to mention. There's like this lining here, and there's like some like stretches and whatever in here that I can fix pretty quick. So I can continue just adding, I can continue just going through, with my heat gun, and then the material is gonna start shrinking, and then it's gonna get a little bit more soft and malleable so that you can continue just working it out. Maybe a damp cloth, you can put it on top and then apply a little bit of a heat. I don't have a steam machines, but you can do that. A couple of things. I mean, it is not perfect, but it looks way better for 19 bucks. I mean, of course, this is not easy. As you saw in the video, you have to start with the point. I mean, if you upholster for a living, I apologize. I'm doing the best I can with what I think it's the best place and the best way to do it. But essentially, if you were to start, sometimes you have to remove some of the staples and readjust. If I were to do this again, you can probably notice there's a bump or a dip in here. So that dip is actually from the foam. I didn't notice because that's where the tape was used to be on top of the other leather or the other cover, I'm sorry. So I didn't see it. I can easily just remove it again. I have enough material to do it again. I probably do it in the future. For right now, I'm not just gonna go through the effort again. I think I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. One thing that I will probably do, which you saw me doing at the end, I actually added a little bit of adhesive to these ends just to get them stuck, stick to the material at the bottom of the foam, and then I was stapling around it. So probably that would have been a great idea if I were to do it on this area here. So maybe in the future, and I retract what I just said, in the future what I can do is just lay it out on top of this, and then with the adhesive, and then whatever it's the excess, then you start pulling the excess. That will have probably be the best way to do it. So yeah, anyway, I hope this helped you, because I just want to motivate people to try things, because like you see people doing it the way, there's no shame on like paying someone to do it professionally, because even myself, yeah, I got it done. This is probably not professional grade, but I mean, for me, for a bike that I just spent $1,400 on, I'm pretty happy with. Like I'm not complaining about 19 bucks, fixed. I'm just gonna put the cover now, and you'll see, it's gonna look pretty decent. So let me just do that. Okay. I'm gonna put it upside down. Just gonna install it like this actually. And there are two tabs in here that they get fixed to the bottom of the seat. Very, yeah, now it looks even better. I'll just reattach the seat. Okay. Awesome. I mean, I like it a lot. I think it looks pretty decent. If you think about how we started and where are we right now, this is awesome. Like, I think it looks great. Let me just give you a quick close-up. So now you can see this is the dip I was talking about. This is just the foam, you know, not having enough, I guess having a chunk missing. So that would have been a great place for me to replace. But, you know, overall, pretty decent. Like, there's still, you know, a little bit of slacking here that I can, as I continue to, you know, use it, it's probably gonna start molding, and I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of, like, you know, heat gun, just so I can make it, you know, fit best way possible. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think it looks great. That's a vast improvement from what we had before, and I'm just gonna put it before and after in case you are don't remember the way it looks like. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, my intention is to motivate people to try things. Like, if you like the way this came out, maybe that will give you the confidence you need to do or tackle some other projects with your bike. So this stuff just requires patience. So whenever you feel like you're running out of patience, you just have to let it go, come back, and you'll figure it out. Just little by little. I mean, no one started knowing how to do this thing. So you start, you try it, you fail, you do it again. I mean, and then the next time is just gonna be easier. And then when you get on your bike and people say, you know what, that's a nice bike. I mean, you're gonna feel pretty proud about, you know, the work you did, because you don't have to tell people that you did it, but for the normal eye, the untrained eye, they're just gonna see a bike that looks, you know, pretty decent overall. So anyway, hope you like it. Leave a comment, give me your recommendations if you upholster for life, and I apologize if I mess up this process and I'm letting people think that this is the way to do it. So anyway, that's how I did it. I enjoyed this process, so I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, hit me up.